All right, let's see if this worked. Swap glasses back and forth. All right, let me make sure I'm getting audio out of this. All right, let me make sure I'm getting audio out of this. Yeah, that works. All right. You make some adjustments here. How's everybody doing? So for those of you tuning in live, you're not going to see this, but anybody who tunes in early, I should be able to see chat over here, but I'm going to be working mostly on that side of the room, and I'm going to turn the camera around and everything else. We're going to be vending at a reptile expo this weekend, which we've done a few times now, and in preparation for all of it, because we've got to drive to Corpus Christi, I'm prepping snakes and other things. I'm also doing a spot check of our snakes and making a list of what needs to go, what needs to stay, checking out all the babies, and I figured this would be a great time to show off some stuff and answer some questions. So, hey, I see Cupcake. Yep, who can hear me just fine. Thank you so much. All right, let me adjust my camera setup here. All right, I will do my best to keep an eye on chat from a distance, but step one, I'm going to make some space over here to get some work done. Move this trash can out of the way. There are this is our misting device, which actually is, I don't recommend this one. You can wear it like a backpack, and it's really good for adding humidity to the rack enclosure stuff. This one, it's electric and it pumps, but it also leaks. So I can't recommend this particular model we got, but it does come in very handy when you got a lot of snakes. You just throw the thing on your back and humidify everything it needs it. But I'm going to move it over here out of the way. All right. And I'm going to chop my head off most of the time working on this. Lee says, wow, that's a lot of snakes. Well, there's another big 40 rack over there, and then there's a 10 tub rack right here. But yeah, it's actually a lot of babies right now. Let me try and get this set up so I don't completely chop my head off while I'm working on stuff. If you guys have questions or run across problems or have difficulties hearing anything or anything like that, by all means type it in chat and I will try to keep an eye on that. This is a scaleless Texas rat snake that's in quarantine. Otherwise, it would be in its enclosure, which we're working on. I'm going to move it over by the womas real quick. All right. And oddly enough, I did not bring in my cheat sheet. So first thing, we're going to inspect everybody. Hey, Gail, you doing all right? You didn't eat. You look like you're doing all right. Janice is good. No, Pebbles, I'm not feeding you. I fed you the other day. All right. So right now, I'm just going through and making sure that everybody who's not going with us is doing good. Now, yeah, you need humidity. So mark you. You are. They're all in process, but what are your capacity limits for reptiles? Is there a point where the business needs to stop growing or you need to relocate? Well, technically, we're pretty close to capacity right now because I've got babies up to here, but we're constantly moving product. But also, it's just a matter of, hey, I can get another rack set up, but we don't want to. We want to make sure that we're breeding at the rate where we're able to actually offload and sell them. The top group, well, the top 5, they're not going to be sold this weekend. They're still too young, and they haven't eaten enough meals yet. This is our Mojave gray matter. Actually, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to see any of these. I might have to turn this light a little like that. So this is a gray matter, which is a super cinnamon, champagne, and Mojave. So you get, weirdly, I don't think I'm getting the light right for this, but probably not going to be very easy to show off a lot of snakes. Oh, hey buddy, you got just a little bit of shed underneath your mouth. But yeah. Darn hognose babbies. No, I don't currently have hognose babies. I have some hognoses as part of our hog breeding project. So these are the ones that aren't going. I'm not going to spend much time with them. This is, thank you for tipping over your water bowl. This one is a cinnamon Mojave hidden gene woma. Let me see if I can even get the coloration on the side of this. It has a perfect stripe running the entire length of its body, almost like you'd expect from genetic stripe as a morph. I mean, and just really cool. Can you even see the pattern? I guess you can see it a little bit, but yeah. Cinnamon hidden gene woma Mojave. You can see this one is, come here. This is just cinnamon hidden gene woma with no Mojave. You're not going to focus, are you? This irritates me. This is a... There we go. See if I can block off everything behind it so it knows to focus on this. Yeah. All right. Anyway, cinnamon hidden gene woma. Not for sale yet. And this is a cinnamon Mojave. So you can kind of see them as how they change the coloration a little bit. That one, I wish the camera, there we go, the camera's gonna focus a little bit. This one is so pretty. But one of the things that is unfortunate is I smell death. Death has a particular smell. We fed everybody the other day. I think probably what happened is somebody regurged or did not eat one of the drops, and I just have failed to collect it. So let's see. It's like a light pink hot dog. Yeah, bring it. Supply versus demand. I'm glad your business is doing well. It also helps you in doing something you're passionate about. Yep, we're doing all right. Hey, Matt, everyone. Awesome to catch your live stream. Can't stay. I got to get back to digging it. Cool. Later, Hawk Strichters. All right, so the first group that are absolutely going, these have all had multiple meals. This is an Inception, which is a Orange Dream Dreamsicle. Are you kidding me? Is this camera just not going to actually show off the coloration on this snake at all? All right, I might have to do this a little differently because this is not working well. Look at how dark the orange is on there. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this because I can't see whether or not it's in focus. I can't put the camera where I need to, but yeah, that Orange Dream Dreamsicle is one of the plants. All right. I'm going to make some adjustments real quick to the Elgato Facecam Pro. I'm going to try it with autofocus. It's in focus, and I think the colors are coming through. Cool. There's absolutely nothing about, there's very little about the setup I've got right now that's going to make any of the work easy or anything else. I probably won't stream too long, but I want to show off some of the things we're going to be taking and selling this weekend. So there are two Inceptions, which are Orange Dream Dreamsicles, which are, so Orange Dream and then a Dreamsicle. This is a Dreamsicle right here. It is just lavender albino and piebald, and together it creates an orange snake. You'll see this one looks slightly more yellow because it doesn't also have the Orange Dream in it, but you get really good whites out of it, and that's one of the keys to the Dreamsicle. What else is going? We have several that are lavender albino het pieds. So these are used to essentially make Dreamsicles. So this is just a regular lavender albino that is also het pied. Now to give you a good look at the color. And if you just want to go the het route, this is a normal that is het lavender and het piebald. So this one, if you pair it with one of the others that are het for both of them can produce dreamsicles as well. I will say this one has some interesting flaming here, but there are no other known genes in this particular list. So even though you see some banding, which might make you think inchy, and it might look a little orangish, this is just a normal pied het lav. What else have we got? This is in shed, but this is a lavender albino pinstripe. And so you can see how the pattern is much more filled in, but with, well, it's really hard to see because it's in shed, but kind of the pinstriping on the side there. Let me see if I got another one. Yeah. Here's one that's not as close to shed. And so when you look at the side of this, you can see that sort of pinstriping line along the edge in the back. This one has some really good like orange spots, but mainly it's a lavender albino pinstripe. Really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through every single tub. Because somewhere in here somebody didn't eat. So my spot cleaning is just going to be, let's check every single tub. Hello, you. Also, this is the time I'm most likely to actually get bit. Because, hey buddy, when they're potentially expecting to be fed or cage defensive, that is when they are most likely to bite reflexively. This is an Orange Dream piebald het lavender albino. So this is, yeah, this is an inception maker and is super pretty. And here she has a twin, kind of, that we call Smiley, because on this one's pattern, I don't know if we can get it in a position to see it, but right there is a smiley face. So, another Orange Dream piebald het lav. Let me check chat real quick. Have there been any super unexpected results from breeding? We've had a few that were kind of difficult to identify, just because we had some. All right, that's a lav het pied. Okay. We had some from that had questionable genes. All right, lav pen. That's also a lavender pinstripe. Ooh, you are in desperate need of some more water to help you shed out good. Yeah, there you go. So generally speaking, you don't ever want to peel the skin off and help them shed. But if they're having a difficult shed, you can soak them down. And then as long as you're not putting any pressure on it, you can get some of the shed off. You just don't want to pull it. You just want to kind of give it the tension that it needs to come off after it's wet. All right. All right, another lav het pied, another lav het pied, another lavender pinstripe. Hi, you. I need you to get your head back in there. Thank you. Okay, lav pen, lav het pied. All of you ate just the other day. Why are so many of you in shed right before our show? That's going to be some work. All right, this is, now this, I'd have to look up, but this one that's more cream color is, I believe, a super banana cinnamon. I have to look it up. This is 10 or 100. Let me look up 100 real quick. Well, you say it's banana, but it's actually a lot more than banana. All right, animal list, number 100. That is a pastel cinnamon banana that is het pied and 50% het lav. So number 100 is a pastel cinnamon banana. All right. Others we can get here. Number 99. That looks like cinnamon. Cinnamon, het pied, 50% het lav. So this is from the same clutch, number 99. And so you can see the coloration and the spreading in there for a good cinnamon. So all you're seeing visibly is cinnamon, but it's also 100% het pied and 50% het lav. But you look great. So we're going to keep going. Hi, you. You. Number 98. Pastel. Het pied, 50% het lav. So yeah, no other genes in here other than pastel. You can see the blushing on the head, lightening it up. And a little bit of, I mean, this snake looks way orange to me, but I mean, that's just the yellowing that you get from pastel. Great shape, fairly inexpensive snake. This, 97, should be the, I think that's super banana mahogany. 97. Banana, cinnamon, het pied, 50% het lav. So yeah, just banana, cinnamon. Really cool. I'm not going to show all of them. I am going to be inspecting everything because we're looking to see if we can find where the death is. Ooh, almost pulled you out too far. You're in shed. Good job. You are in shed. Don't take a bite out of me. I'm too big for you to eat. Well, you can look as spicy as you want, but all right. See, now this is a leopard pied that's having a little bit of a rough shed, or is partially shed out, but really cool dark head, The leopard pied with, you can't quite see because of the shed there, but cool pattern stuff with piebald. There we go. That's an albino. $88, $85. Ooh, you're one of my favorites. This is 76. $76 inchy yellow belly lesser. I love the coloration and the pattern. It starts to look more and more like a Woma. But yeah. All right, you're doing good. Get you in there. Yeah, I've got 2 of those. Back up. I've got 2 inchy yellow belly lessers. And then this is a super inchy. Wow, this is a pastel super inchy lesser. Love the arrowhead on top of this guy's head. Right, 79. Pastel yellow belly super inchy. Yep. Super inchy really squeezes that head pattern so that you get, along with pastel, you get that kind of arrowhead. But you are too thin. Are you the mouser? Yeah, you need some mice. All right. Hi, buddy. Back up. This is a Mojave Calico piebald. And so it's difficult to ID, especially when there aren't many saddles, but you can start to see the calico, the chaos with the white spots right there in those saddles. The saddles definitely show the Mojave color. And it has this really pretty kind of asymmetric lightness on its face. Hi, buddy. You gonna take a bite out of my nose? You gonna take a bite out of my nose? But I love that Mojave Calico pied. Aha! We have found the death. We have absolutely found the death. And it's not a snake, so you got nothing to worry about there. This is, I believe, just a GHI. My phone keeps going to sleep. This is 68. Ah, no, this is not just GHI. This is Blackhead GHI Fire. But what we have in there, it did not eat the rat drop that we put in there the other day. Oh, it regurged it. All right. Okay, so 68. 68 needs a clean. 66. This should just be Blackhead GHI. I think. Yeah, this is just blackhead GHI. So it has the GHI pattern alteration. And the blackhead just makes it a little bit darker and stuff. But yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, death has a particular smell. You spot it as soon as you walk in the room. I smelled it as soon as I walked in the room. Do you have any scaleless snakes? I do. I've got a scaleless Texas rat snake and a scaleless corn snake, which is technically all of them are a hybrid. Oh, the face on the line. Do you have a champagne? I do have champagne. I'm in love with super champagne. No, you're not, because super champagne is lethal. You're not going to get a super champagne, just like you're not going to get a super spider. So one of my breeder boys here is a cinnamon champagne, and where is... margarine, Ovaltine. Where the hell is honeycomb? Ah, right up top. Let me get her down real quick. So this is honeycomb. She was one that we got for free. Come here, girl. Oh, come here. She's a champagne inchy het pied. Yeah, I love champagne, but you're not going to find super champagne because that's a lethal combination. So the question is, did you know that and were testing me? Or did you not know that and got confused? Are the super champagne listings fake? What super champagne listings? All right. Yeah, all right. So we checked you and you. Now this, come here. This is number 58. Okay, this is one of our premier snakes. This is a super pastel, super gravel, inchy lemonback. And just gorgeous snake. Okay, you're good, no death. Aha! There is more death. This one decided to drop its dinner into the water bowl, so that's keeping it from being crazy stinky. Okay. I got 8 more to check right here. There we go. This is a this is 57. This is the Super Pastel Gravel Lemonback. So very similar to the Super Pastel Super Gravel Inchy Lemonback, except there's no Inchy. So the Lemonback gives it a lighter, paler yellow color and a lot more blushing on the top. And the Inchy, it's also not Super Gravel. It's just one copy of Gravel. But gorgeous snake. All right. Hi, you. Wait, did I check you guys? Oh, okay. Now, this one is really interesting to me. This is number 55. Is a Super Pastel Inchy Gravel, but the pattern is so crisp and so clean, it almost looks like it has Desert Ghost. It doesn't, but that's just to show the incredible variation you get in here. All right. And you're the same thing, only with, I guess, Orange Dream. This is number 80. So this is definitely Super Inchy, OD, Yellow Belly, Super Inchy, Pastel, Orange Dream, Yellow Belly. So once again, Super Inchy Pastel puts the kind of arrowhead stamp on the top of the head. The Orange Dream, I mean, you can, that orange flaming crawling all the way up and over the top. This is one of my favorites that we produced. No recessives, so it's just incomplete dominance, but very pretty. All right, and the bottom four are our first clutches of bananas. So this is just a banana that is het pied and het lavender albino. But pattern-wise and what you can see, just a banana. These next two are banana black pastel. And so you get the dots from the banana, but you also get, can you even see the pattern? Oh, it's a little purple. I have two of these. Hello. You're not escaping. All right, the last two. Yeah, one more banana black pastel, and then this one is a Super Banana Mahogany. And Super Bananas, unlike regular bananas, don't get spots. So it just has two copies of the banana gene. But we found the death, got rid of the death. That's pretty good. We have inspected all of the hatchlings, and that's most of what we're selling this weekend. Let me get caught up on chat real quick. Are the Super Champagne listings fake? I'm going to go check Morph Market, because my understanding is that Spider and Champagne, which is in the Spider complex, are both lethal in their super form. So yeah, there are zero Super Champagnes listed. And that should be the case because, yeah, light to severe wobble, lethal super. But yeah, currently there are no Super Champagnes listed. I can't imagine, I don't know if I've ever seen one listed. If somebody's listed it, it's a mistake or something. But Hey, got you live. Hope you're having a great day. So you're selling now. We've been selling for 6 or 7 months now. I may have to have one. I checked and you're absolutely right. The pic shown died soon after birth. Yeah, they just don't survive. All right, I'm going to show off a few more snakes that are in the collection, and then I'm going to start talking about what I'm doing prep-wise for this week's show. But we finished with the hatchling rack. And hopefully there's no more dead mice or rats. So we have a couple of corn snakes here that are growing up and in temporary enclosures. This is a scaleless corn snake, even though it has scales. It doesn't fully have scales, and I can't get close enough, can't get this camera to focus enough, but this is a normal corn snake that is scaleless, which means it carries 2 copies of the recessive scaleless gene. And if you were to look at it along the side, there's most of the scales are missing along the side. I also have a scaleless Texas rat snake, but it hates me. And I'm not going to pull it out. Then we have Nahas, who is a peppermint. Come here. Nahas is a peppermint corn snake. I don't know enough about the morphs. This was a rescue that somebody gave to us, and so we're feeding him and taking care of him. But I just noticed he's running low on water, so we're going to fill up all 3 of his water spots. 1, 2, 3. All right, you can go back in there, girl or boy. There are other snakes that aren't in this room because we do 10 different species. And so there are several corn snakes downstairs in the living room. This is a baby that we are still hand feeding rat tails. And then I have, well, I'll go ahead and pull it out. I was going to skip it, but I have an amelanistic tessera female corn snake that we are raising up. Come here, you. So yeah, this is an amel tessera. And tessera is the pattern, really. But yeah, an amel tessera corn snake. Can't wait to raise it up and get some snakes from it. All right. All right. Let me check chat. I will show off a few more snakes, and then I'll show our displays and what we're going to look at. What show are you headed to? We're headed to the Herps Reptile Expo in Corpus Christi, Texas. Always learn something new here, even if it's sad. Yeah. So, this rack here has 2 completely separate temperature zones. The top 5 rows are set up for ball pythons, and because it's warmer and the heat rises. And the bottom 5 rows, which are not completely full, are set up for the colubrids. So, hey bud. This is a tangerine Honduran milk snake, and he is het for 3 different morphs. He is het for amelanism, hypomelanism, and anarthristic. And he has a girlfriend. Come here. No, come here. His girlfriend, who's just going into a shed, so she's not quite as bright as she could be, she is visually amelanistic, albino, and she's het for hypo and anery. And so the two of them can hit the amel, hypo, anarthristic, and every combination of those as well. So this is Fanta, and her boyfriend is Crush. All right. In the next tub, we have Ken and Barbie. They are blonde, oh, come here, giant Madagascar hognoses. Now this female, I think has a health problem. I bought them as a pair, as a breeding pair, but she has really loose skin at the back as if she had some sort of problem that she recovered from. But this is a blonde, giant Madagascar hognose. I guess I shouldn't leave the tub open so that your boyfriend can escape. But the two of them live together in there because they like to cohab. There are also several hognose snakes, a couple of African house snakes, both black, brown, and T-positive albino. Then everything on the top is breeding groups, and I need to check to see if any of these are for sale. Chef and his pairings, Ovaltine, none of the girls are for sale. Penny, Einstein. Cindy, how are you doing? Because you were really scared yesterday. Yeah, you're doing so much better. Thank you. I'll show you one of our favorite snakes. This is Cookies. I'll show you. Cookies is a visual piebald and also has orange dream, leopard, inchy, and yellow belly. This is a massive powerhouse breeder snake that we named Cookies. Oh, he's having a little bit of stuck shed problems. Yeah, orange dream, leopard, inchy, yellow belly, pied. Just amazing, amazing snake. And definitely not for sale. One of our best breeders. This guy, though, is for sale. Hey, PJ. This is, hi. This is PJ. He is a pinstripe piebald male. So all of his babies will at least be het piebald. If you pair him with a visual piebald, everything will be pied. If you pair him with a het piebald, you'll have 50% of them come out as pied. But yeah, this is a pin pied. Hi. Hi. You're a really sweet boy. We bought him as part of a group, and we're going to use him as the breeder, and then we got Cookies as part of a different group. And that means there is no space left for PJ. Who else is possibly for sale? Ronald is for sale. Come here, buddy. No, I'm not feeding you right now. So, all right, we're going to leave you alone. I'll pack you up in a little bit. Ronald is a lesser clown. Who else is for sale? Huey is for sale. Hey, buddy. Huey's actually one of my favorites. I wouldn't sell him, except that we just don't have a breeding project for him. He is a leopard het pied. So visually showing off leopard, a great presentation of leopard. He's really kind of drippy. He almost, like I have an acid / confusion is the same gene with two different names. And when acid was first identified, it was confused with leopard, because leopard here does this kind of drippy, patterny stuff and is darker. But they are in fact distinct. Well, I'm not going to bother you and bring you out right now, but yeah. So Huey is... Go ahead, bud. Nope. Nope. There we go. All right. This is another boy. This is Spot. He's a super pastel, spot nose, het lav. So this one is het for lavender albino, and you could get... He's one of the few spot nose we have in the collection, and I would keep him, except that he just doesn't fit our current breeding projects. But look at him. Super pastel, spot nose, het lav. The pastel lightening up everything on the top. The spot nose adding that pattern and doing a really cool skull-like head stamp. And he's so sweet. And then het lav, which I'm not going to get into discussion about whether or not... I don't know why I talk louder when I move away when the mic is literally attached to my chest. Sorry about that. There are people who say, there's markers for het pied. And, I mean, kind of by definition, if something is a recessive trait, then you're not going to see markers. But because you got one copy of the gene, there may be markers. I'm going to need to just do a spot check of everybody. Hello, Arsenal. How are you? You doing all right? I know. I don't have food. I gave you food yesterday. Hello. Hey. This is the Earl of Lemongrad, or Lemongrab, who doesn't have a tag. He's a anaconda, or albino conda. I don't know if he's got any other genes, but he's really sweet. Good hog nose. Lilith, Speedy. Hey, you. Hey, you. So this is one of our T-positive albino African house snakes. And an interesting thing about at least ours is that they tend to move backwards. So when you're hanging on to them, they're unlikely to go forwards as much as they are to go backwards. But really pretty. You, I think, are ovulating. So probably pair you up again after the weekend. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to be a little bit out of pocket. Here, let me move the camera over here. That way, if something interesting happens, like if I get chomped on, there'll be a chance that y'all can see it. All right. I got to start at the top and check everybody. So I want to make sure that there's no more leftover dead mice or rats. Hey, Mocha. Ooh, okay. First thing we're going to do is move the trash can back over here where I can get to it. All right, let's move you back. Come on, go back. I just need to get this little bit of poop stuff out of there. Thank you. All right. Tubby. Hey, Tubbs. Go ahead. You're doing good. Hello, Ms. Bell. Thank you for eating finally. Bell is a Calico Huffman Mojave Pastel Het Hypo that we've had for a couple months, and she just did not eat for the first couple months. Ooh, maybe I can show you something on here. This is Snickerdoodle. Snickerdoodle is a cinnamon calico. So you can see the normal cinnamon coloration and what it does. But you see that big, I mean, you would, if you didn't know better, you'd think maybe that's pied with that huge white spot. But cinnamon and most of the 8-ball complex can do stuff like that. And so you can see the calico with these white spots coming up the side. And that burst of white is just something that happens on occasion when you have cinnamon and calico. And so, yeah, this is Snickerdoodle. Should be ready to breed next year, assuming she keeps eating. But she's been refusing for the last 2 feedings. Go ahead. There you go. I guess I should check chat before I keep climbing up there. Do you regulate the humidity levels in the snake room to help with sloughing? We have, I showed this earlier. I have this, which I'm getting right here. This is a big tub of water that's battery powered and has a mister nozzle. So we can mist all of the enclosures. All right. Where are we at time-wise? 1:20. Cool. Cheers for snakes being the best pet ever. Yep. Mine's supposed to be het pied, but presents GCI. Hey, I like the new camera and mic setup. Thank you. Would you post your dudes that need new hangouts? Are you asking if I post the ones that are for sale, the ones that need new homes? Because we have an account on Morph Market, and we're going to be selling some at a reptile expo this weekend. But yeah, when I get back, whatever we haven't sold is going to go up on Morph Market. Now I'm putting a glove on for this one. This one was mistreated for a little while. Hey, you. Come here. All right. Priscilla is just a visual piebald. I'm not going to pull her out. But she went for a little while without having any food or access to food. And I rescued her. And she's now eating like a champ. Hey, Coily. There's a couple of sheds, all right. That's Snickerdoodle, I've already shown. All right, there's only one other snake I ever need the glove for, and we're not going down there. So, Alicia's good. Alpine's good. What you doing, Lila? Okay. Doing all right. There we go. Looks like I'm getting ready to be accosted by a wild Arden.
So.
I'm live.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay.
Despite having done all this stuff to fix this morning, me using the production PC all morning with no issues, right as I started pre-production setup, it started doing the same thing again. I've reset the network adapters back to their default settings and am now restarting the computer. I'm hoping that fixes things, because I literally don't know what else to do.
After you replace the network adapters and everything else, when you were letting it run in the morning, was it running an actual YouTube stream?
Yeah, I
with
ran
vMix and everything?
I ran a stress test stream, reset looping on the intro music, so it would, be using the most bitrate and everything on the network, and it still was fine.
Yeah, I don't know. You smell the death?
I do smell the death.
3, 1 regurge, and 2 didn't eat,
Oh, okay.
and they just weren't marked.
Okay, that's not scary. I need to go keep checking on this computer. I just figured I'd let you know what's going on. It's really frustrating.
Okay. Well, I'm close to done with the stream, and I'm going to take another break, and I'm going to get some stuff done. Hello, Miss GHI. No. Okay, this one is also very bitey. One of the most bitey that we've had. Pinch Me is a pinstripe leopard het pied, or possible het pied. Hey Mayfield, you doing good? Just checking everybody to make sure there is no other uneaten meals from yesterday. All right, Bam Bam. Bam Bam's for sale as well. He's a pastel cinnamon het black axanthic. And Ray, you got a big turd in there I need to get. And some shed. Yeah, let me get this turd. All right. Biden, looking good. Spinach. Spinach has got 2 girls to pair with. All right. Spinach is a super pastel inchy GHI. Gaga is my spider girl you ate yesterday. She's the most eager to eat all the time. Sunny Boy is an inchy het sunset boy. Diggle is an albino black pastel leopard. And Al is a super vanilla OD yellow belly. Ooh, and you have... Well, all right, I will get that later. And then there's the 2 womas. All right, let me adjust this camera, turn it around. I'm going to have to... Boom, boom, boom. All right, let me get caught up for a couple minutes, and then we're probably going to end this stream as I go do some other stuff. Let's see. I'm not a fan of snakes, but this is interesting still, as long as I don't have to touch them. Do you pay a fee to be a vendor at an expo? Yes. Or do you pay them a percentage? You pay per table?
New heads up, I need to reset the router and the modem as well. I don't mean to interrupt your stream, but...
No, it's fine. I'm done.
Okay.
All right, so my apologies. We're going to end the stream because Arden's got to do everything, get ready for the Transatlantic Call-In show. We will... I'm going to get back to work, and I'll deal with the rest of it later. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.